Good afternoon. We're with Mr. Dale Henry, Coach Dale Henry. Can you introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
My name is Daryl Henry. I am a youth basketball director of Trinity Basketball and Education, and I also work for Union Pacific Railroad as a diesel mechanic.
What specific reasons do you have that put you in this field of work?
Well, we'll go back to the job that I currently work at the railroad. I was basically in the United States Navy as a diesel mechanic, so once I got out, I became a diesel mechanic for the railroad. On the other hand, for the basketball, I just wanted to provide a space for youth that can't afford to do certain things, can't afford to do tournaments and basketball, to have a space for those kids to be able to play. So I decided to do my own program, started a nonprofit, and I can help a lot of inner city kids through my program.
What type of teaching methods do you employ for a team and rather than for a single person?
Well, for a team, it's always unity. It's always encourage each other, versus individual teaching, because each kid is different. So each kid, you have to come with something different. You have to know what that kid's individual needs are. And I'm pretty good at these kids' needs because most of the kids that come through my program, I've been through what they've been through. So I can set them aside and say, hey, get over this. Hey, put your head up. Hey, you got this. You're the best. And that's how I approach it.
How do you make sure every team member on the team is able to support one another?
That's an ongoing process. That's nothing that happens overnight because you got so many kids with so many attitudes and so many backgrounds. You just have to continually work at it, and it's always work in progress. You always have hiccups every here and there, but as long as you believe in the program, as long as you believe in what you're doing, you're going to always continue to grow, always continue to have those answers in those situations where maybe they're not clicking together. You can say time out or stop and say, hey, what's going on? Let's get back at it.
What is the hardest thing about coaching?
The hardest thing about coaching is time. Because I have a family, because I have other siblings and children and a job and a wife and a house, managing my time to where I don't take away from the family, to do my coaching.
What values do you instill in your players to make them perform to their best abilities? What
I tell them is mess up. The only way you're going to learn is if you mess up. You keep trying. You go to the rack, get blocked. You go to the rack, get blocked. That 99 time, you're going to figure out where this guy's hand is and how to maneuver your arm around it to go up and make your layup. So I tell them, never quit, never quit. Don't worry about messing up. Go out and do your best.
What are some factors that make you want to continue in this career?
Just because I like to help kids out. As a kid, I used to see all my friends, uncles, picking them up, taking them places, buying them new clothes, getting them training, and I always wish I had an uncle to come pick me up, to come take me, to get out of my situation, to help me, and it never happened. So I said, when I grew up, I'm gonna be that person to help people out, to go above and beyond for somebody else other than myself. So that's what motivates me, just to see one kid who don't have the opportunity to play basketball, who don't have an opportunity to get out the house. I go pick them up. See that kid develop into a young man and a young woman that's a value to society.
That's great. How do you keep your real personality separate from your coaching personality, or are they all one and the same?
I'm always the same. Corny, but it's all good. Yeah, I'm always the same.
How much do you push your players, or how much do you know when to let off on them?
Yeah. You try to push them. You have to. It's a learning experience. You push them so far until you see their breaking point. Then you learn from that breaking point and say, okay, I can't yell at him this way because he's going to react this way. So again, it's all a learning course. So I always try to push them to the limit to see where their limit is, and then I go around that limit to make sure that I can coach them correctly.
What do you always want your players to remember about being one of your players?
You know what? That it's not all about basketball. That it's about giving back to others, other than yourself, other than your own family. It's about helping someone else. It's about having good character in every situation. Even if you're losing by 50 and the other team is taunting you, have good character, because that's what people are going to remember you by your character. That's what people are going to judge you by the content of your character. So just make sure that they have good character, that they're a giving person, and that they love God.
Yes, sir. Well, that concludes our interview. I appreciate your time and your effort.